let's bring you into the tavern. So here we are, inside the pleasant little tavern in the delicious town of Hazel Grove. They're in the Hazel Grove Inn right here, and we'll zoom in a little bit so we can get a closer look at our heroes all the way up here in the top balcony. Alright, so yeah, you have literally just gone up there and sat down. The wizard has thanked the aged warrior who sent you guys looking for him. So that's been taken care of. And yeah, you had just received your food and drinks, and were ready to powwow, talk, chillax, do whatever it is that you adventurers do in the comfort of a local tavern. Over to you.
What would you have guys done to me if I stayed a fox?
What do you mean done to you?
Would you have eaten me, or kept me as a pet, or let me...
Absolutely. Put a little bell on you? Oh, it'd just be so adorable.
God.
I would have just left you with Lana.
Well, he would have had his purposes still.
Well, the implication would be that he would have lost his everything.
What would you have preferred, Tolga? If you
I would have preferred you cooked me up and had me for dinner.
Ah, yes, a warrior.
I wouldn't want to stay in that phase, not knowing who I was anymore. Just get rid of it, and might as well get some nutrients.
I think I would have kept you as a personal pet.
Well, speaking of nutrients, says the various Winterbranch as he reaches over to your table and picks up a leg of chicken and begins to chomp on it.
Yes, you were going to tell us about Morden's Hollow and all you know.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. I was. Morden's Hollow, yes, So I haven't been to Morden's Hollow in a very, very long time. What I can tell you about the place is it's down a long, winding road through a forest, and in a very, very large clearing inside the forest. A, hollow, if you will, is where Morden's Hollow is. It is a very small, quaint village. Keeps itself to itself, doesn't bother the outside world, and probably doesn't really want the outside world to bother it. Realistically, it's nothing more than a couple of prominent families and a bunch of commoners that live there. But I'll be suspecting you're more interested in what is in the woods, just northwest of Morden's Hollow.
The tower.
Yes. Quite a plain tower looking, really. Nothing strange or extraordinary about it from the outside. But there are many, many rumors. Apparently the tower was there long before Morden's Hollow ever came about.
Why wouldn't they just build by the tower then?
Well, the tower itself is completely surrounded by trees. There's no easy path to it or from it. The tower, of course, is actually a good 2 or 3 miles from Morden's Hollow itself, but being tall and situated on a hill, if the weather's clear, which it rarely was, if I remember my last visits, always seemed to be bogged down, foggy and misty and damp. But, it can be seen, if the weather's clear enough, up there on the top of the on the top of the hill, just poking up above the trees.
And who owns the tower?
Oh, it's had many, many owners in its hundreds of years. I've heard all kinds of rumors and stories. Word is that apparently the tower originally was manufactured by a very powerful, I believe some say wizard, others say sorcerer. I don't know that anybody truly knows, but it was clearly someone of incredible magical talents. Apparently the inside of the tower is significantly larger than the outside. Quite a feat of magical ingenuity to achieve something like that can last for so long. There are spells, of course, as I'm sure Thelonious Conch here is fully aware, that can create dimensional pockets, but to make them last inside an entire tower, and for centuries, way beyond the talents of every normal magic-using arcanist. So this fellow you're looking for, what would you say his name was?
Horthen de Wint.
Ah, yes, Mr. de Wint.
He has been, we have been chasing him as he searched from town to town looking for places of power.
Well, if he was looking for a place of power, I'm fairly sure he couldn't have probably picked much more of a anchor than where if he is indeed in Morden's Hollow.
Snugs.
Yes,
Snugs, do you still have the tablet half?
I do.
Because we never threw that away, right?
No, I kept it.
Okay. So I'm just
Take it out.
I'm gonna look over at Thelonious and be like, show him that tablet. Maybe he can decipher more.
I'll start rifling around in my pack. Oh, yes, it is. And I'll hold it out to him. Careful, don't get too close. It has a tendency to strike.
Strike?
Yes, imagine like if a snake just kind of popped up and then struck at you.
It's imbued with a snake sigil, is it?
Yes. Do you possibly know how to get rid of that? I gave it a shot and didn't work so well.
Well, there's a number of ways. It's probably permanently enchanted, so you might be able to nullify it in the short term with a powerful enough dispel or some form of magical disruption. But so this tablet, what's significant about it?
Nothing.
Well, I was dying the first time.
Right.
And they fought a creature that was protecting it, or it was in a location.
Oh, really?
We found it in
would
a
you like me to look at
cave
it?
guarded by two devils, yes.
Yes, I'll hand it over to him.
Alright, being that it is a big, thick piece of stone, and he plunks it down on the table instead of holding it, and then he grinds his stool over to the table so he can get a better look at it. Okay, let's see.
Please lift your
here.
chair up. Set it down.
Yes, definitely going to need the use of some spells to decipher this. Perhaps in the morning I can research the magics to do so.
That would be wonderful.
Yes, so let me think. I need to be able to teleport you to Morden's Hollow tomorrow. I need to be able to decipher this. Is there anything else you can think of that you might need my assistance with, so that I can make sure I study the correct inscriptions and incantations from my book?
Just kind of a, you wouldn't happen to have any, healing solutions, any healing salves or anything?
Well, if I did, it would have all gone up in flames, I'm afraid. I have little... but the priesthood, have you tried the priests? The priestesses? They perhaps might?
Yes, I was thinking about that. I was thinking we can kidnap one of them.
Kidnap a priestess?
You need to stop
No, you mustn't do
these
that.
things so loudly.
I don't care, but we could use this priestess to
I don't
give
want
us...
to have to fight that one. And I'm pointing at the dwarf.
Over the balcony?
Yeah.
She wouldn't come to any harm, but I would very much like her to inspect me without killing me again.
Killing
know
you.
if I
Oh,
quite
yes,
trust
your condition. Oh, yes, I'm afraid I very much doubt that they would take kindly to you at all.
Hence the kidnapping.
But that's not going to make them come any kinder.
No, I don't think kidnapping is a particularly good idea. I think your best bet is to either come clean, or at the very least mention nothing about your certain skin problem, and perhaps donate a hefty sum to the churchhood in exchange for perhaps some kind of herbal remedies or potions.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Let's play this out for a moment. We kidnap, she inspects you, and then we let her go?
Well, we're going to be teleported thousands of miles away.
We could just take her with us, and she can heal us the whole time.
Yes, you jest, of course, I'm sure.
Yes, yes, they are. They
Yes.
are.
It's good to see your
quite a
spirits
bunch.
are coming back after
Quite a
such an arduous task. Oh, yes, no. The Beore, of course, is who they worship, the Earth Mother. Very, very much against the, those that returned from the dead.
I just want to know the full extent of what I am. Because
Dead.
apparently I'm supposed to be what opens the tower.
No, you are? How does that...
I think the keyhole is in the shape of one
Emlyn?
of his horns. Oh, it's just a whole body. It's a body shape of Emlyn, and he just puts his body and it clicks.
You see, this...
No. What you're saying actually makes a little sense.
Of course it does.
You see, he that created the tower, rumor has it that he made its entrance nigh on impossible to find, and it is apparently warded and guarded with all kinds of magics to prevent even the most cunning individual from gaining entry. Perhaps, by the very nature that you're not alive, might somehow allow you to bypass some of these things.
So you're welcome, Emlyn.
Yes, perhaps perhaps it senses life or a presence, and by being, well, without insulting you, dead, perhaps there are certain things that won't trigger when you go near. I don't know any of this, of course. This is just purely academical speculation.
So, you're saying that, like, if Emlyn were to go in and he needs to be dead, and there was something alive, maybe living in him, would that trigger it?
Again, academical speculation. I really don't know any details. Just merely pointing out that there may be some... How do you know this, anyway? Specifically, what book did you stumble across that enlightened you to this information?
Yes, came across a bit of an oracle. Say it that way.
An oracle?
Gave
What's
some
an
sagely
oracle?
advice.
I honestly think you don't want to know our source.
Fair enough.
Although you do seem pretty chill. I can't believe I just said chill. You do seem pretty relaxed about...
Less so relaxed
our
and more so
disposition.
relieved. Please put yourself in my circumstance. Several weeks ago, my house exploded and I barely managed to escape with my life. I landed in an incredibly weird place, only to be apprehended by some crazy fey creatures, then to be stolen, locked inside a dark, dingy cave, only to starve to death and rot. And, by the grace of Beore, seeing as we are here in a prevalent zone of her church, you showed up and rescued me, so, quite honestly, I don't see a whole lot to be particularly down in the mouth about at the moment.
You wouldn't happen to be under any discernible faith.
Discernible faith?
Should you choose?
Not really, no. I mean, I have said prayers to Beore, seeing as the churchhood is here. I have found the Mother Harrow to be a pleasant, if slightly grumpy priestess. And Sister Sarah, Cassandra, and Helena, all quite palatable to talk to, as well as to look at.
Easy on the eyes.
Ah, yes. Of course, they wouldn't look twice at an old codger like me, but as I say, it doesn't cost anything to window shop.
Well, you do look much more youthful than this one over here. And I'm going to gesture to Thelonious.
Oh, do you think so? I don't know. How old are you, Thelonious?
Me? I believe I am 75.
I know it's very hard to keep up with the actual years as they pass. I
I stopped
believe I
counting.
am somewhat of a late 60s, early 70s myself. I stopped counting around 65.
I see what you did there.
Yes, I say you're only as old as you feel, and I feel like a spring chicken.
Well,
You can try.
I feel considerably more sprightly than I did but an hour or two ago, and
It's all relative.
physically I'm very tired and mentally weary, but the relief of being in a friendly, safe establishment overcomes much of that.
So is there anything else we would need you to...
Oh, I don't know if... Well, seeing as I don't hate you quite as much now that you've had something to eat, maybe you were grumpy, there was something done to the large oafish former kitsune friend I have here.
Something done to him, you mean, other than being turned into a small furry canine?
Before that, the sagely individual we had previously met
Oh.
had given him a bit of a boon, one which we are currently unaware of the qualities to.
A boon.
Yes.
A magical boon? Something that you would like to see if I can discern and figure out?
Yeah, so-
Perhaps it would be useful.
Show your hand, Togar. Or wherever it is.
Huh?
The marking. The marking that Kyla speaks of.
Six.
Okay, he reaches over and takes hold of the back of Tolgar's hand and
Don't
pulls it
touch
over
me.
to him and looks at it. He says, interesting. Looks to be something of almost some kind of abyssal marking. Where did you find this? How did you become about it?
I killed Emlyn for it.
Oh, but you're friends, yes, all of you?
Best friends.
I'm sure there's an interesting tale here to be told.
Partners.
It's all relative, but I was murdered by, well, the two people sitting closest to you.
For
Well,
this.
that would be me and Thelonious now, wouldn't it? Thelonious was not going to do his part for
I
his
would
own
never
sting.
do something like that. How dare you?
And
Right.
so after you two murdered him,
You did
and
something
he was
quite
still
like it, I
willing to
remember.
come along with you in his afterlife form.
It was revealed to be a bit more of a test than anything.
But
at the time, the dangers seemed
plotting your
real.
demise, revenge, or something.
No, Emlyn doesn't quite seem capable.
Doesn't seem capable. Seems
Of
to be very
revenge, no.
capable to me.
No, he's capable of acting irrationally, of course, but
Don't think he'd slit your throat while you slept or anything like that.
Of course not. He is. He is. Well, I don't want to say it, but he's kind of like my pet.
Oh, he might have. You've got to remember, he's not himself. Who knows?
He's harmless.
What?
to be honest, he used to be a bit fun.
Yeah.
I mean, coming back from the afterlife, even if parts of his own mortality still remain, who knows what other dark segments crept in to join them.
Are you saying we should? Well, dark is good. Dark is good.
No, not really, no.
Don't whitewash it. It's fine.
Really, none of my business. I was very curious as to why you would feel so comfortable in the presence of such a thing, a person, an Emlyn. What are you?
That's a good way to put it. That's the thing, we don't know.
That is what I wanted to kidnap the priestess for, just to...
She says, "Goat, boy."
No,
Goat boy.
I call
I
him the
wouldn't-
goat.
Yes,
I
no, you
wouldn't-
see,
She wouldn't come to any harm.
that's just the thing, you see. Is that the sort of thing a rational, living person would suggest? Kidnap a priestess?
Well, that's the thing. He suggests it. He doesn't just often do it. He's never really made a decision on his own in this form. Rarely.
I mean,
Push games.
you, young girl. I mean, I'm sure it would never even enter your head to kidnap a priestess for your own personal gain, would it? So.
No, she would just shoot the priestess with an arrow.
Oh, yes.
There's that.
There's that humor again. And you say that he isn't funny and has no personality. He clearly does.
That's why we trust him.
Well,
A little bit of him that still remains
where's
seems
the
just
rest of
enough
that
for me to
chicken?
trust.
It's
well,
felonious.
drink
spring
up
chicken.
and eat your fill. There's plenty more where this came from. So obviously, I'm picking up the tab, so get whatever you want. I mean,
7 more.
more
horses
food.
each.
More food.
7 each.
A whole lot of all of this stuff that you already brought again, please. And lots more made. Yes, and did anyone sort out rooms? Do we have rooms? Probably should get rooms.
You should probably get rooms for all of us.
Yes, I probably should, shouldn't I? If you'll excuse me, I'll go and take care of that now.
A few more
I'm
drinks
going to
as
watch
well.
him very closely.
Yeah.
No longer trusting this guy.
Barkeep! Barkeep! I need some rooms for myself and 4 friends, please.
Oh, he calls us friends. That's adorable.
Uh-huh.
Oh yes, I'm afraid since my house burnt down, I'll have to stay here for a little while until I arrange for it to be repaired.
His voice sounds awfully funny all the way over there.
But it's something called the Doppler effect, you see. It's the whole physics thing.
Wouldn't you have to be moving?
Oh, thank
I had
you
a
very
friend named
much.
Physic. He knew a lot about this.
I think it's quite clear that he's afraid of us.
Okay, everybody, yes, I've procured rooms for all of us. Excellent. Here are your room keys. And he pops them down on the table.
Okay, cool. Who's gonna be in your room? You can't be alone.
Who
I
can't be
say that.
alone?
You.
Why can't I be
You
alone?
need to watch you. I don't
No,
want
I'll
you
be
to run away
perfectly
before
safe
you
here.
teleport us.
Well, I'd have hardly offered to teleport you and
Emlyn will watch you.
share my. No, I'd rather not be watched by that. If I mean him, if you don't mind, I'd. If somebody has to watch me, maybe I should spend.
Will it make you feel better if I told you that Porthen de Wint was one who falsely imprisoned me in a previous life, and I want my revenge upon him more so than any slights or harm to any of you? Will that make you more comforted?
Not really.
For me to watch you while you sleep?
No, not at all. Whatever sinister darkness lies within you could pop up at any time. No, I'd rather, if I'm to be watched by anybody, perhaps I can share a room with Felonius, and we can discuss the arcane, or I could be watched by the girl who probably doesn't snore and keep me awake.
I would go with
Probably.
Elonius.
Does he snore? Do you snore, Felonius?
I wouldn't know.
I've never heard
asleep, I
myself
don't-
snore. I don't believe I snore.
I've never woken myself up from a snore, so I think we're good.
Okay, well, if it'll all make you feel better, as long as I'm allowed to get a good night's rest, and tomorrow I can go and acquire my book, and in the morning I can study, commit some spells to memory, and we can be on our way. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I should tell you about this Morden's Hollow. I'm sure there is, but I can't really think of it right now.
Well, if it comes up by the morrow,
Yes, not at
he
all.
hopes.
We'll, we can discuss it further in the morning. Perhaps once my brain is rested and not so tired, I might think of things.
Sayonara.
What does that mean?
I don't know.
The strange elven language? Sounds
I
elven.
heard Emlyn say it.
Elvish is one language I've never had the fortune to learn.
I believe it's Elvish.
Sounds Elvish.
Well,
Strange, I always thought that was the
Yes.
first one that the wizards learned.
Sylvan. Ah, yes. It could be that too.
Sleep well.
Yes. Well, I want to turn in if you're ready to come watch me, Thelonious.
Yes, Emlyn, by the way, that's a very creepy thing for you to say to someone. Sleep well. As you just stare at them before they go to bed. Just for future reference, that's all.
I don't think A has the capacity anymore to care about social grace.
Just throwing it out there. You use it however you want. I just figured I'd try to help.
I feel like the Terminator in T2. Hasta la vista, baby. I'm just gonna stare at you. I'm not responding.
That's fine.
All right.
Again.
Well, after quaffing down the last of his mead, he is heading down the stairs and towards the stairs in the far corner, so that he can ascend up into his room. Are you coming, Thelonious? By all means, just join me whenever you're ready.
Yes, I'll be up in just a moment. I want to finish this beautiful wine that I'm sipping on. Can't rush these things, you know.
We are on the first floor, room 4.
All right, I'll be up post haste. Thank you very much.
All right, he wanders up and disappears up the stairs.
Not to suggest he's completely ballless, but I don't think we have to worry about him doing anything.
No, me neither. I think he's quite harmless.
Those are the one we should watch the most.
Who are you?
I think it's a safe bet. He will teleport us because then we will be as far away from him
I
as
hope
possible.
so. That's
I'm just
true,
worried
yes.
that he'll send us
Elsewhere.
anywhere else, yes.
Yikes.
Then we'll have 2 wizards to kill.
True.
Make a note. Second campaign. Kill a various wonder branch. Thank you. This stuff writes itself. No.
That'd be so good, though. Any loose ends we should be worried about?
The werewolf.
Alright, as you're sitting here discussing this, if you would, all of you
Some
give me a dice roll. This particular dice roll would be in regards to hearing something.
Oh, God.
So any of you that have heary type skills,
Yay!
Perception?
Yeah, it's perception.
perception, but if you have any bonuses to anything being hearing based, they would apply.
Come on. Oh.
Yay!
Tolgar Wolfspine hears no noises each. All right, Thelonious. As you're sitting there with your back to the stairs, somewhere behind you, you heard. You know how like you can be deep in gold in a conversation, you're not really paying any attention, but then something will happen. A word somehow makes you.
Oh, that's my whole life, so yes, I understand that.
So, you hear, amongst all the fun, I said his name was Midgard.
Oh, and right as I said, the wolf. The werewolf.
I'm just gonna kind of like slowly and non-conspicuously turn myself around, and just while sipping my
An
wine,
old man doing that.
yeah, like bones creak.
Well, of course, I mean, the lower deck of the inn is full of people, so it's kind of difficult to know who specifically it was that said the word.
I want to try to put the voice to the face, though. You know, you can kind of do that.
Sometimes you can. So you know
Yeah.
what? That smells like a fair roll to me, and I
Okay.
would say that would be an insight check.
Insight check. Okay,
Yeah.
got it.
Oh!
Boom!
Oh yeah!
Natural 20!
Favorite thing. That's my favorite thing right there.
That's my boy. That's my boy. Something like that.
There you
Looks
go.
like the populist vote was a good one today, huh, boys?
Hey,
All right.
I like that. That's good.
And poof. And poof. There you go. All right. Yep, Joxer, Chris Tactics, and Atset, they all had faith in your abilities to... But clearly they knew there was going to be a dice roll required to put a name or a sound to a face.
I'm
Okay.
pretty good at that, too.
As you sit there with your squinty old eyes and peruse the people that are in the establishment, this fellow right here,
damn.
fairly well-dressed individual, wearing like a blue cape, well-fitting, nice, posh clothes, kind of a blue burger type hat on, and as you kind of look around, and you can see him kind of doing this imagery of trying to describe somebody very large and big and foreboding, and then looking at the face, you're like, that's definitely who said it.
All right, so I'm going to slowly creak my body back to sitting at the table and lean in. Gentlemen and ladies, I believe we may have a bit of a small problem.
How small?
Large, actually, if you want me to be honest.
do.
Someone, yeah, of course you do, always with you, Tolga. Someone sitting behind us in the bar mentioned Midgard.
A werewolf.
Yes.
Oh, give him to me. Where?
All right, easy.
Where?
We need to take care of this. Tolga, take two deep breaths, please.
One.
Good counting.
Two.
Fantastic. We need to take care of this tactfully so that you can get the upper hand on him this time. Because
course,
if you remember
Yes.
last time, we did not. We were soundly handled. So
I don't like being handled.
no, you do not. Especially soundly. You're worth that type of handling. So maybe, Kyla, you might be able to use your womanly guiles and get a little more information out of him?
Oh, couldn't you use your womanly guiles?
I could. I just thought it might be more fun for you to do it, but I will absolutely go for it if you don't want.
What if he's not into the red hair?
Well, then just flag me over and I'll step in.
That's
if
what
you
I'm
want.
saying. We can double our chances there. But do something brown,
A good old double team. Let's do it.
and then whichever he bites off first, we just wing the other.
All right, let us go.
It's easier to sail in a team.
I'll let you take point. I will swoop in if necessary.
Hey,
All right.
Oh.
I'll follow her over and just kind of keep a bit of a distance, but enough to hear the conversation going on.
I'm gonna start by leaning up on the table by this stool here and kind of look back at Polonius, shuffle over to this chair and just kind of try and listen in on the conversation so I can have something to
Okay.
be intrigued by.
All right. Well, clearly the four people that are sitting there are all of reasonable wealth. Either that or they have very bad priorities and spend entirely too much money on fashion. Three men. One appears to probably be mid to late 40s, wearing kind of a dark, almost purplish short cape. Has a balding spot at the top of his head and seems to be tapping a walking cane in his hand as he speaks, almost as a subconscious tick. There's the younger gentleman who was describing a large man and who was overheard. Another middle-aged gentleman who is sitting across the table wearing a green tunic and a green cap. Seems to be... he's holding a plate in his hand and periodically is like... making a huge effort about how he's plucking finger food off of it. To... The person closest to you with their back to you is clearly a rather young blonde girl, very well dressed. Her dress itself is off the shoulders, and she kind of has arm pieces that kind of grip to her upper foot or the top of her forearm, and then just kind of go down. But there is nothing between her shoulder and her elbow. The dress itself seems to be predominantly held up by the talents that God gave her, and that's about it, really. She is sitting there holding what appears to be a small cup of red wine and periodically taking the tiniest of sips and politely laughing at anything that seems to be appropriate to laugh at. Half of what she laughs at was really not even remotely funny or needed warranting, so you're guessing it's much more of a nervous sort of thing. Alright, so you're going to try to eavesdrop the conversation a little better. From here, since that's specifically what you're trying to tune in on, you're easily close enough. You're having to filter out some of the other noise from the other patrons, but not to the point where you can't hear. Yes, big... No, he stopped me on the road, and, he had a large, strange, fortified wagon that they were all travelling on with some huge, magnificent horses. He offered me a gold piece for information, as if I was some kind of peasant. But I wasn't going to argue with the individual, being that he was so large and looks like a possible knight of some kind with the armour that he had. Mind you, I didn't like the look of the sword he was carrying. Looked a little sinister, a little sick, twisted. Anyway, there was a good dozen or so horses behind him, other men that were riding up, looked like mercenaries or something. But he promptly said to me if did I know if there was any strangers here in town, and he was specifically looking for a couple of wizards, a large, bulky barbarian, and some skilled archer or something or other. Sounds like he was also looking to hire more mercenaries. I told him, of course, I hadn't seen anybody of the sort, and with that, he promptly just flicked the gold piece at me to my feet, which I didn't even bother to bend over and pick up, to be honest, and then headed into town. Rather strange that we haven't seen him here at the tavern, to be honest. Oh, sounds like a very, very strange individual. I wonder where he's gone. Maybe he has acquaintances. Maybe he's gone to stay with some relatives or friends. Probably.
I'm gonna lean over to... Yes.
You know about us.
Yes, I know. I don't think going over there's a good idea.
I don't think it's a good idea.
But we do know he's in town somewhere, so that's good. I guess mission accomplished, right?
Right.
Oh, a successful buddy up. Good job.
It's quickly. Yes.
You know,
If
I guess
anyone
we'll...
could go over there, they couldn't look like us.
Right. Well,
She has a lovely dress, though.
I'll turn back to the table.
Alright, so you guys have headed back up the stairs.
Where is he?
Now, they said it was strange that he wasn't in the tavern, because he's definitely been in town. I didn't pay attention coming in here. Was there another road, perhaps to pass here?
So, can't we just sniff him out? Sorry, I don't know, it's a werewolf. Aren't they gonna howl at night?
Possibly, but the problem is it seems as though he's going around enlisting extra sets of eyes to be on the lookout for us.
Didn't he already do that thing that you were talking about with the eyes?
Oh, yes, he can track us, like, anywhere, right?
That was what we suspected from the last time we dealt with him.
So then he may already know we're in here, then.
Wasn't he invisible that one time?
True.
perhaps we should all stay in the same room.
He could be here right now. He could be on the seat behind you.
There is no seat behind me. My back is very safely against this wall. Wait a minute.
Or is he
That's
the wall?
not a wall!
Dun dun dun.
Do you think he's... So you said... Wait, so... Is he with the same group he was with already? The ones you were killing off?
In the words of the man downstairs, he had mercenaries following him, and that's about the description he gave.
So...
He was more upset with being treated like common rabble than anything, which means normally I'd be picking his pocket.
Perhaps he's waiting for us to leave town and ambush us there on the way out. To which wouldn't make a difference because we're getting teleported.
If he's on the outskirts, but if he knows that we're here and he knows where we've been and been going, no doubt he's probably already tracked and found that we've been up to the mansion and back.
I say we get rid of him before we go to Morden's Hollow.
See,
What
you
if-
say that.
What if we just teleported there now?
Right now?
Or when the wizard, when he gets his, strength back. If we teleported that far away, there's no way he could get to us in time.
He's a werewolf.
And?
Or he can convince Unvarious to teleport him the next day.
At which? She knew this would catch up with me.
But there are limits to such a spell, right, Thelonious?
Absolutely, yes.
So if he comes the next day, we just lie in wait and surround
I think
him.
maybe he tried to follow us into the Feywilds and is just there now. Aye, but he would have had to find out the word.
Well, no, they just said he was in town, didn't they?
So
My
what's-
point is, I don't think we should go looking for a fight, right?
That's against my interest, because last time I was left alone.
yeah, but we were released because you were alone. You were picking them off, and he realized that we then outnumbered him.
But he still had you all in the cage.
But Thelonious had slipped through his wrist restraints.
Yes, we
Well,
were
I
going to...
didn't know that.
True.
Well, neither did he.
Well, now he might. I'm just gonna look around the room for any sign
I
of
wanna go find
invisibility. Is there a way we could dispel him if he were in here? I'm sorry, I'm not going to sleep at all tonight.
I mean, theoretically, yes, but I would have to pick the right spot to do it. It was kind of a luck of the draw type of a thing.
It's hard to be hyper-focused and aware of things in a moving, living location like this. But with all the...
Yes, I don't think this is the... if we were going to pick our battle spot, this would probably not be the best place.
How do we get an advantage on someone who could be anywhere and knows exactly where we are?
Maybe use that to our advantage.
Set a trap.
That didn't answer the question, Thelonious.
Because he... Well,
That just posed it as an affirmative.
No, listen to me. He might not be aware that we are aware that we know he's here. That track? It does, yes. So, if we use that as an advantage, we could lure him into a certain situation that is in our benefit instead of his.
I was just thinking we try to rest the night with what's his name upstairs, have him get his book, come back to us in the tavern, and then teleport us out.
That would be...
Yeah, that was
Yes.
my original plan, was it not?
Yes, that was the best plan. Why are we looking to fight this werewolf with a bunch of mercenaries right before we're going to fight a wizard with a bunch of traps? And that lady.
To be honest, I'm actually more afraid of Midgard than I am of whatever's ahead.
Knowing what Thelonious is capable of, I'm more afraid of Porthen de Winks. Well, I'm not afraid. That's the wrong word. I'm more
Chicken!
ready, wary.
Spring
right?
chicken.
Bravely ran away.
No, I guess it's just the idea of the unknown. Normally I'm the one holding that bargaining chip.
The problem is, what if Midgard decides to strike while we are asleep upstairs, or together upstairs, in a small area?
I'd keep watch.
Yeah,
Right.
I just need to sleep. It's
No,
fine.
but my point being, whether we are asleep or not, what if he decides to strike while we are upstairs in a small room?
Do your boys' club.
Oh, but only if we had a gender-ambiguous club by which all of us could stay.
No,
If only there were such a thing.
You know the rules, Kyla. Boys only.
Aye, so while you watch me be dismembered outside after saving all of you from the very same fate,
You did murder me, did you not?
it was a different fate. You're welcome. This one brought you back. And you still get to have your sweet vengeance and eventually, I don't know, crumble apart in a field somewhere nice and serenely, I'm sure. I don't know what you want.
Well, let's
But
go.
I very much would like to not be, I don't know, eaten.
I think we can make an exception this time.
Oh, but there are some very strict rules.
Well, Kyla, maybe I can find it somewhere in my heart to bend them slightly.
I don't see the issue. So
Well, it's called the Boys Club. Boys Club, being the operative
no, I
word
don't see the
boy.
issue of her staying out. Why we don't need to let her in. What's
Sorry,
the
Kyla, you heard the
problem?
big guy. What can I do?
Let's at least all go to the room, maybe get a look out of windows and see if we see anything.
That is not my main concern. My main concern is us being in one spot that he knows and being confined to a small area, which I think would give him the upper hand. You see what I'm saying?
If you were able to get into the room. But if you're able to perhaps summon a type of perhaps clubhouse, which can't be entered in such fashion,
I
that
think
would maybe be welcoming to, I don't know.
it would protect the entire party, but then that would also mix the genders.
And that's the problem there, isn't it? That's really a problem.
Well,
Isn't it?
back
only
in
there's
my
a way
tribe, we
You
have a
keep
cave
me
hole for the
separate,
men,
but also equally safe.
cave hole for the women,
Hmm.
children.
This is ridiculous. Let's just go to the room and look out the windows and see if we see anything suspicious.
Yeah, let's go to the room and look out the window, like small children do.
Is he gone?
Peek out the blind.
I'm just gonna get up and walk to this window without saying excuse me or anything, and just look out and see if I see anything.
All right. Okay. So let me.
There's
show-
Midgard staring back at you.
Is Midgard's doing an Emlyn?
Midgard's just standing there and goes,
Ducks down.
Well, the first thing I'd say is, I'm dead. There's no contract out for me. But they're over there.
not only am I dead with no contract, but I'm also dead with no contract.
All right. Okay. So as you are looking out of the tavern, let me show you what you can see.
No.
There's a shaggot. There it is. There's a shaggot.
A shagger.
All right. Okay. So from the tavern itself, you are looking south out of that window.
Okay.
So, Or are you? No, actually, you're the other side, aren't you? I believe. Let me just look. Hold on. Where's my tavern?
I can see quite far, unless there's a building in the way. 120 feet. So
Yeah. Okay. So you're looking south. You're in the southern end.
okay.
All right. Okay. Let's go back to the building. Or are you? No, actually, I think I'm mistaken. You are actually looking east, I believe. Confirm that.
I'll look wherever
Yeah,
you want me to look.
you're looking east. Okay.
Oh, east is the other way. Yeah.
Definitely east. West.
So I'm looking back towards the burned down mansion.
Yeah, you're
That
looking
way.
basically.
Okay.
So from your window, you can kind of see these houses over here, these buildings, the tree line over here. You don't really see, other than the glow of a few of the houses and stuff like that, you don't see anything kind of strange or sinister loitering around. Kind of watching you. There's a hedgerow here, of course. There could be things hiding behind the hedge, but
Yeah.
yeah, you don't see anything obviously.
So I'm gonna turn back and look up the stairs, and just give like a little non-committal shrug. And then
We're going to work.
And then I'm actually going to walk up to this window. I mean, I'm going to see if I can see the other direction. As Thelonious chides me.
All right, hold on then.
I do. Thelonious chites.
You chide.
Thelonious chide.
It's super effective.
Okay.
Sorry about the map switching.
All right, yeah, so this time you're kind of looking in this vicinity here. Again, there's a tree line here that blocks most of your view. Building here, a small building there. So really, you can't see much beyond the building right here.
Okay.
Because that's kind of blocking your view. But again, there's nothing that you
There's
can
nothing,
kind of...
no.
At an angle, you can kind of glance down this road, and at an angle, you can kind of glance over to the town square, and you're not seeing anything.
Okay. So I'll return to the table
Okay.
and be like, there's a bunch of stuff out there, but nothing Midgardy.
Nothing Midgardy. All right. So game plan.
I say we kill the beast.
I mean, if you
Thank
want
you.
to rally up a bit of an army here and
Well done.
we already sang you a song, go on your way.
Yeah, does anybody know, was it someone in particular that the Midgard put the tracking on?
Yes.
Who was it? Was it you, Tilgar?
Yeah, who did he
Seeing
do the...
movement. I'm looking at the movement.
Yeah, he did that to Tolgar, right? I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure. Yep. It's me.
So, what if we use Tolgar as the bait?
What did you call me?
Well, you wanted to fight him, don't you? Possibly? Not that I'm saying we should
Yes.
interact.
Put me in the middle of the field, let him come to me.
I just mean, what if we
Okay.
used him to be the bait? If it came to that.
What did you call me?
The
Debate?
the center
No, he
of,
called you great.
the
Say
center of
great.
attention. You are the center of attention, Tolgar.
So we go to our tiny little... You go to your tiny little room and sleep. And then we hope to teleport out the next day. But if something happens, we use Tolgar is great. Got it.
Correct.
All right, so
There
you're
is
all
no
going up to the
debate.
room?
Sure.
Yep.
All right.
Yes,
Well,
get-
in that case, we'll use
get
that
up
as an
there.
appropriate break. Alrighty, back to it then. Okay, so you guys all climb the stairs like weary little warrior soldiers. And are you all going to stay in the fourth room then with Avarius Winterbranch, and you're all going to basically go into the one room. Is that the plan?
I'm going to be out in the hall, just going from window to window, looking out.
All night? Yeah, that's not going to freak out anybody in the tavern.
I'm literally pacing the hallway, staring out the window.
Roll a d6 to see how many hours it takes before the innkeeper approaches you and asks you to stop. Because he's getting complaints. You can get away with this for 4 hours before someone is going to complain to the innkeeper that there's this weird dude that just keeps walking up and down the creaky hall all night long. And they can't sleep. And he's rather ominous and scary.
I will relocate to another floor and continue. I will just... The floors will be different now.
Alright, okay.
Mr. X.
So the rest of you, what are you doing? So when you all come in there, Varys is like... Oh, I was about to nod off. You're all coming in then? That's nice.
Scoot over.
No, I need to get a full night's quality rest if you expect me to be able to utilize my skills tomorrow. There's no scooting. These beds are rather small as it is. Not enough room for me to sleep with such a large individual such as yourself.
Something against large individuals.
Maybe.
I quite like large individuals when it comes for hiding behind them in combat and things like that, but not necessarily sharing my cot. No.
I didn't strike you for a fighter.
I haven't engaged in any adventurous pursuits for many, many years, but in my prime I wandered the realms, doing all kinds of pseudo-heroic things.
And I feel safer leaving you here. Alright.
Is there a reason you all came in here? Is there something you wish to discuss, or...?
Nope.
Okay then.
I'm just gonna
Find yourself some floor space.
Well, I thought this might be a good team-building experience before we head off on our journey.
Well, now, just so you're fully aware, I will be accompanying you. While I do have the ability to teleport, I haven't quite mastered the ability to do it without going with them. So I'll be teleporting you there, and then I'll return on my own.
Question, how often are you able to do the teleport spell that sort of distance?
Well, I can... My mental capacity would permit me to store enough knowledge to do it twice per day. And then, of course, I'd have to fully rest. So, in the morning, I'll teleport you there, and then teleport straight back, and then, of course, I wouldn't be able to do it again for at least 24 hours, even if I wanted to.
Alright, good to know. Just curious.
Yes, and in the morning, I'll head back to my mansion and pick up my book, and study it, and then we can be on your way.
Sounds like a plan.
So, if you have nothing else to discuss, maybe I'll lie down, go to sleep now, rest.
Yes, of course. Good night.
Excellent. And he plucks the pillow and lays his weary head down.
Okay, first off, are we all actually going to sleep into the same room, or are we going to keep Tolga in a separate one?
I'm gonna go stand up and go into a separate room.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, you have 4 rooms.
Oh god, that put me in
Actually, you have 5
old
rooms,
men,
one
wouldn't
each
it?
plus his. So.
Let's step out into the hallway. And if everyone follows me, just get out of earshot of Winterbranch. Are we doing that plan, or we're just going to stay in the same room? Just curious. I might have an idea of something.
What's that?
Well, it doesn't matter now. I just want to know the first part of the question.
Well, it largely now depends on what your brain has been stewing there, oh old and wise Thelonious.
My brain stews of many things all the time. It's sort of a curse. It never turns off.
Yeah, it's an awful smell.
It's a What are the downsides of high intelligence, of course? Always moving, always churning.
Right, so what is it turning over now?
Well, please, answer my question first. I asked
Okay,
first.
can I get the hypothetical answer?
Well, you're making this very not fun, Kyla. Just I want to throw that out there.
Oh my god.
I'm not
If we all sleep in the same room, I can tell the innkeep downstairs that we are all sleeping in a separate room. That way, if Midgard comes in and bullies him into telling him what room we're in, he'll have the wrong information.
I've already got the separate keys. He
So?
already has the wrong information. It'd be suspect if you went down and told him we were all staying in separate rooms.
I can just say, no, a different room than what we are actually staying in. You see, throw off the scent, so to speak?
Right, almost like a fake name or something.
Exactly! Tell him John Smith is sleeping in room 203.
And what's he going to do with that information?
Where are you guys having this conversation?
In the hallway, so
hallway.
you can see
Yeah.
them. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm just gonna walk up and be like, "You're in my way of the window."
Oh, excuse me,
I'm
sorry.
just gonna walk right by.
Kind of move.
But
Does that not make sense? I thought... No?
The thing is, we already had the keys purchased for us. We fit his descriptions. If he asks, he'll ask about us. And the thing is, now we're all standing out here in the wide open, aren't we? I hope our voices are carrying all the way to his ears.
Well, I'm talking very quiet, just for the
Yes,
record.
yes, you are, and so am I. Just in case anyone's wondering as to how loudly we're speaking, I might say we're speaking quite softly.
Mhm.
But in my softest voice possible. The information would already be out that they purchased X amount of keys.
Okay, I just thought it
But
was a
as
good idea.
Yeah, it's just when you put down more tracks than a tracker needs, it's suspect.
why don't you guys go to sleep? Because we're about to teleport to a very powerful wizard and probably die. Well, you will die.
What will you do? Continue to be dead? Just less lively?
It's just go to sleep in your rooms. I will keep watch.
Okay, Dad.
Okay, undead dad.
Undad.
Undead.
And also, can I pilfer some light from you? One of you.
Hopefully not me.
The hallway is lit if you're... There's like candles on the little candle
Yeah, it
stands. Not that kind of lit.
Like
It's
how...
your boyfriend.
Yes, how are you feeling, Tolga? By the way.
I
Are
went
you-
to another room.
Oh, you did? I
Yeah,
thought you were out doing
he
this.
just
Yeah.
when you
Yeah,
all went
I
out into
went
the
to
hallway,
bed.
he just went
He
into a
had
room.
enough of it.
Okay, how much... Not, I mean, like, do you need a lot? A little bit? Sort of, like...
It'll just be a scratch.
I'll hold my arm out.
That's how thin is his blood, though.
Yeah, he might
it's
bleed to
neat.
death. He's
Yeah,
taking
so
a lot of
I-
aspirin
I'm-
today.
No, I'm just gonna take my clawed hand and rake it down your hands and just like,
Hmm.
Okay.
yeah.
Damn!
It's only 3, so.
Yeah, it's 6 damage, but only heals 3. So you did 6 hit points worth of necrotic damage to him. That was a dick move.
Just festering and just like kind of suck on my nails. Thank
Would
you.
you disinfect this or something? I'm sure you're just riddled with disease.
Oh, yeah.
No, we embalmed him. He's fine.
I'm just gonna walk by you again. It's just like not answer.
Alright, I'll just kind of like hold my wound, looking that hurt more than I would have expected it to. And just say, alright, so then we're just going to go into the room with Tolga?
Well, that's what I was going to do. I don't know where you're going.
No, that's fine, I'll go too.
Okay.
Alright, then I will go into that room and
Yeah.
Sleep, I guess? Is that what we're
Okay.
doing?
Do we get
All
the
right.
dome?
Gonna heal myself back up here. First things first.
All right. Okay. Yeah, that's his selfish way of healing himself. You'll get
Yeah.
him back. I'll
Yeah.
just take them and you'll get him back. Okay. All right. So yeah, if all you guys are just gonna sleep, you're safe and sound inside the inn. No strange and crazy bounty hunters with fur and fangs and pointy teeth come kicking in the door. So you all awaken in the morning to the sounds of clattering plates downstairs and the buzz of breakfast being served.
Where is he?
Where's the truth?
All right, let's see. So, Emlyn, you were pacing the halls all night. Yeah, you
all
didn't really.
all the halls, yeah.
Yeah. So, from the upmost window,
Uh-oh.
let me go ahead and show you the tavern, the window that you're at, and we will move an Emlyn to here. All right. Okay, probably about 2 or 3-ish in the morning, in the early wee hours. You can't make out individuals, you can't see much, but once it's all deathly quiet, and you can hear a little more than crickets and the odd owl hoot, you do definitely notice that somewhere out sort of in this vicinity, you're aware of an awful lot of light suddenly spring up, and you can see at least a good dozen figures with torches out there, all kind of gathered up in a cluster. As you're kind of watching them, you can definitely see a large coach or wagon is parked just behind them. And you can you can't hear anything from here, but you can definitely see like silhouettes moving around and stuff like that. And then eventually the dozen or so men all disperse into different directions. You notice some of them kind of wandering down this street, others heading up past the tavern through the town square and past the church, and kind of dispersing out almost in like a spiralish circular pattern away from the town.
Okay, so do I... the wagon obviously moves too. Do I know where it moves? It moves
The
specifically?
wagon itself heads kind of towards the outs, like to leave town, and soon disappears from view.
Okay. So in the morning, I guess at a reasonable hour after people can get their good rest, I will knock on all the doors that we have been staying in.
Okay. You wake everybody up.
Okay. Well, report.
The mob that Midgard has been in charge of was in town last night at around 3 o'clock.
You didn't wake me up?
Well, they dispersed and went in all directions in this place.
Towards us?
Well, around town. I think they're watching to see our movements within the town.
Can we teleport just from the room here?
Well, if they're-
for our friend next door.
If he needs to get us...
Yes, I'll need to. I will have to leave and go up to my former home and get my book from the basement.
Can't you just teleport there, teleport back?
I have no ability to learn unless Thelonious happens to have that spell available. I could
does.
peruse.
Well, Tolgard, I don't, actually.
What? You already prepared? How long have you been up?
Oh, it's not
Have
a
you been
problem.
watching me?
It'll only take me a good 45 minutes to walk up there and get my book and come back.
You are aware that there's a ghost in your mansion.
Oh, did we not tell the priesthood to take care of that?
Well, they said they would on the morning. But we don't know if they would be done by now.
Well, perhaps I'll go and visit Mother Harrow first and ask her if she would be willing to go up there with me and take care of the ghost, or at least provide ample distraction while I sneak down into the basement.
and we would wait right here for you.
I suppose you can, yes, if you don't want to come with me. I mean, if you come with me to the mansion, I could study my book there and we could leave from there. Where we depart from is really irrelevant, as long as it's more important to know where you're going. Not so
Can we
much
be
where
invisible,
you
Thelonious?
come from. Why would we need to be invisible?
I mean, we can accompany you, except invisible.
Why would that matter? The ghost is going to see you either way. It's going to sense you.
Yes, they have spectral vision, after all, Tolga. Can I speak to you outside?
Me?
Yes, you.
Why?
What about me and
What
Kyla?
about?
No, just Tolga. It's very important.
Sure.
All right, great. And we'll step outside like, Tolga, Winterbranch doesn't know about the bounty hunters.
Oh, we better tell him.
No, we can't tell him.
Oh, why?
I don't know, but it doesn't seem like a good idea to let him know about this. What if he changes his mind?
Wouldn't it help him teleport us faster?
But what if he changes his mind about what he wants to do?
Then we
I think
coerce him to do it.
You think that's the best idea, Tolga?
No. I think the best idea is if we accompany him to his house somehow.
Yes, but if we go outside, we are probably surrounded.
That's why we should be invisible.
Well, that's not a bad idea. But can he still sense you, Midgard?
Yes.
So being invisible might not be...
To him, he would know, but all these guys running around to get us, they wouldn't know.
Right, but wouldn't he be able to say, there he is, over there?
Would he'd have to be right there, I suppose. Aren't there tons of mercenaries just after us, just random ones?
Yes.
He can't just talk to every single mercenary.
We would probably have to make Winterbranch invisible as well then, I guess? I don't know, I don't think I have enough...
Nah, he doesn't need to be invisible.
Well...
Okay.
Well, unless they know what he looks like, and then they would be able to pick him out as well and stop him from getting the book or the ingredients for the teleportation.
Okay. We dig underground to the house.
Yes, it's only about a mile. Won't take long.
How fast can I dig?
not this again.
Well, I was about to say we've been down this road before. How many weeks of digging?
How many weeks of digging?
So I'll walk back in the room, and look at Kyla, and say, "So, do you think we should fill him in?"
Fill me in? Or what?
About the surprise party we're going to throw you after a successful teleportation.
There's really no need.
Oh no, I said it! Oh no, I blew the whole thing. So
now we need a new plan, don't we? I'm just gonna go ahead outside and just be like, you're really bad at this, Thelonious. You're really good at some things.
We need to go. We need to move. Should we let him know what's going on?
I think what have you today? What have you today?
I have it all, baby. Always.
I hate you. You're one hell of a friend, I'll tell you that. If we accompany him without his knowledge, and work our way there as secretively as possible. Not even he knows that we're there, and get into his basement. Maybe even before he's there.
You do know you're saying this like in front of him, right?
No, we went outside.
No, we walk outside.
Oh, we went back outside? Okay.
Yeah, they
so we
did
all
say
went
that,
outside?
yeah.
Okay, I missed that part. I'm sorry. I was like, you're just spilling the plans right to his face. Okay.
That's the thing. It's like, if we
He's sitting there with a pen, the quill and the parchment.
then they follow me unbeknownst to me.
So we just let him go and we follow in secret. Yes, is that essentially what you want to do?
As stealthily as you can possibly help us do.
Which could be very stealthy.
If he plans to go to the priestess, knowing what I am, to get rid of a ghost, I guess that's the first test of whether he will trust us or not, right?
That's the thing is, I don't think we necessarily need to follow him. At the very least, we can get in, and we know how to get in and how to get in safely. We can get down into his underground little fort, as it were, which is all trapped up, which would be hard for a certain canine individual to follow us through.
But if we get there before he and the priestess, they're still the ghost.
And they'll take care of the ghost.
But if we get there beforehand...
We just roll through the window real fast. It's no big deal.
We just... Wah! And then tumble
Through the window,
stairs.
down the stairs, and bolt
Yes.
through the... Yep. All you got to do, remember, is once you get down in there, you need Kyla just to shoot rags through the...
Or we can just say his name. It's not.
Or you could do that, in theory, now you know, yep.
So, if we did that, we'd be right through. We'd be safe. At least safer in that area, I think.
We would also be trapped.
Yes, but they would have to get through a wall of fire and some other things, and I just kind of like the idea of him burning.
No, I want to rip apart his spine.
Okay, rip out his spine,
Okay.
but once it's charred, it
Well, okay.
tastes better anyway. Don't look at me like you've never cooked a dog.
I never cooked a spine.
Have you cooked an animal before?
Tolgar
Yeah.
just wants to add it
Then
to his
you've
wolf
cooked a
spine.
Oh, but I
collection.
don't eat the spine.
No, you don't eat the spine.
That'd be...
Unless you use it
Oh,
in
would
a
it be
broth.
good? Oh, raw?
You
Okay.
don't have much cuisine in your cave, do you?
It's one thing to trust... So we are putting our trust in this wizard who will be going without an escort to a priest's hood that we not only robbed, but, you know...
How loud are you saying this?
I'm saying it in my normal voice. I don't know how to whisper.
Tact doesn't really come into it for Emlyn, does it?
And then you want us to go down back to the wizard where the portal is and pray that they will not screw us over while we
No,
wait
if
for
we-
him to get his
if we-
book.
If we pray, we like fall apart or something, right? I don't know how the whole pact thing works. I think we can trust that he would make it to us. It would be the easiest way for him to get through without raising any suspicion.
Can't
If
we just
let him do it himself.
take him to the window, throw him down the stairs, and then follow?
Hey, we could also offer to take care of the ghost, but we just don't want to be seen as we go up there. It's the thing.
So we go invisibly.
Yes, but then there's still the ghost, and we just get... So what I'm saying is we go invisibly, without him, he shows up, and we're there.
Okay.
I see. So we tell him we'll wait here for him while he gets the
Yes.
priestess to deal with the ghost, but then we
Yes.
go invisibly.
So
I see.
slow, Emlyn.
I don't have a working brain.
That's true.
But your
Okay.
personality is to die for.
So I'm gonna re-enter the room and look at what's his name, Octavius, or I can't for the life of me remember his name.
Unvarious wind branch.
Thank you.
Octavius.
Think of it like
Thunderstorm.
he's on various Winterbranch.
We will wait. I'm gonna say to him, we will wait in this room while you go to the priesthood, get rid of the ghost, get your book, and come back. Yeah, that's what I say. Gore?
Uh-huh.
I'm basically telling him we're gonna wait here while you get the priestess to deal with the ghost to get your book to beat you back here.
Okay.
And that's
We have to stock up on food.
Does he say anything?
So, sorry, I was turning
Making
something
a
on for
command
chat.
Exclamation point.
Alright, so re-say that to me once more.
Okay, so I go back into the room and I say, while you go get the priests to deal with the ghost to get your book, we will wait here for you.
Oh, that's fine, and I'll meet you back here. As I said, it's depending, of course, on how long it takes the priest to exorcise the ghost. As I said, I could get there and back in 45 minutes. So probably about an hour and a half, I suppose, maybe 2 hours. Depends on the priestesses.
Sure. Yes.
And I'm gonna poke my head in. And do pretend to be surprised.
Okay.
It was Thelonious' idea. He doesn't get to spend much time with wizards.
Alrighty. Okay. So what is the actual game plan?
What?
What do we actually mean?
Yeah,
When
I know what
he-
you've told him, so what are you actually going to do? Seeing as I've heard numerous different ideas, so which one are you going with?
Okay, when he leaves, we're gonna go invisible and go to the mansion ourselves without him. So when he gets there to get his book, we'll be there.
Okay.
That's the
So
plan.
who's So how long does your invisibility last, and who's casting it?
I assume. Oh, go ahead. You? Yeah.
I can cast it.
How long does it last?
I will put it up for you.
All right, because it takes about 20. It's a good 20 minutes, and I think duration's an hour. So yeah, you can get that'll get you there, no problem. So
It's all four of us actually. It's me and then each spell slot over and my.
so
spell slots-
you're gonna cast it high enough to cover 4 people.
Well, warlock, I have to. All my spell slots are 5th level, so
Okay.
yep.
Alrighty.
So 3rd, 4th.
So
5th,
you're
yeah.
all going invisible. Okay, so the only issue with that, so you're going to use that. That will get you to the mansion. So let's go ahead and move you to said mansion real quick. I'll do this the quickest and easiest way, because you really don't need to wander all the way through town to make it happen.
Being very sneaky, mind you. Only tripping the particularly ponsley individuals. God, that'd be such a fun day. Just be invisible and go around a medieval town tripping people.
I love that it has to be
I
a
would
medieval
love that.
town.
Oh,
though.
it has to be, because, like, you know how they're dressed,
Reaction.
you know? Like, all, like, the extra layers and things are just flying everywhere. So, like, you trip a lady, and it's just like, 14 layers of dress everywhere.
Alrighty.
Like, a real town, you'd just get trampled. That would suck.
Alright, so once you get to the house, what's your game plan?
Wait,
To the back
look,
window.
man.
the back window next to the stairs, because we're gonna try to do the tumble down the stairs quickly.
Alright, so you're going round to here then.
Yeah, as close to the stairs as possible.
Yep.
Alright.
Oh, you already. I'm going on the house. I'm going on the house. Okay. Yeah, the back window is like over here, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
move you to that one then.
So, Emlyn,
Yes.
I know it doesn't affect you in particular. Would you mind holding the front while we all tumble down?
You mean the front door?
No, well, that actually might work. If you could distract it while we sneak down, and then you could come in.
You do know that the first ghost I encountered in here tried to possess me.
Aye.
And
But
then
I'm
it
saying
actually got Tolgar.
Oh yeah, that was absolutely terrible. So maybe we should just be quick about it.
Could we just kill it?
I don't want to deal with these things, Tolgar.
Can't we just do what we did last time? You sit on the ledge right there, and then run when it gets near, and we'll shoot at it, and over and
Well-
over again.
How long do we want to be invisible for?
Forever. Just kidding.
I will
That'd be
just...
a shame.
I don't know, we're like talking around a window, still invisible, not quite knowing where everyone is.
Yeah.
Look,
Pardon me. Oh, excuse me.
when we go downstairs, I will dismiss it. But as it stands, I think the oldest should go in first. When we just go down, I'll go in last. The old one will just run down the stairs, hope it doesn't follow.
Oldest goes in first.
That would be Thelonious.
Oh,
Wherever he is.
Don't you think that you should, draw it out, Evelyn? Because it can't really affect you that much, right?
I mean, it can hit you, but if you just step out of its range and it doesn't know we're here, then...
It affected me quite... I don't want to take unnecessary...
Well, don't stand there and take it. Just draw it out in a way that we can sneak by it.
I guess my point is that it will affect you the least.
But it comes out of the floor, I don't know, or the ceiling. We don't know where it's going to come from. It'll get attacked.
It cannot kill you with age.
Wait. The effect of it comes with its appearance. When you stare at its eyes, it ages you, is what they were saying. What if you did that thing where you make it totally dark? I mean, that sounds absolutely terrible, but we can roughly find out where the stairs are from the window. It's just right down the wall.
So bird box it is what you're saying.
I fail to understand the point of this. We are hoping the wizard with the clerics will purge it. We just need to avoid it, right?
Yes, but we don't want to be seen here before we're inside and down there and hiding.
But we are invisible. I am talking to air.
Yes. Well, how long we have to wait?
charge
versus-
through.
Just charge, just Thelonious, you
Yeah,
first.
alright, I'm going first.
Okay, I'll go second.
Alright, so Thelonious, you're basically going to climb through the window and then bolt straight down the stairs, right?
Yep.
Okay. And
Then
then you have-
Tolgar,
I think we're all
then-
going to follow
then
suit.
Kyla, and then myself last.
Alright, well, seeing as the window is so incredibly close to the stairwell, by the time the last of you is going down, you can see the apparition come through the far wall of the small girl as she starts to float
Wait.
towards you. But nonetheless, you will manage to descend the stairs, and for
Hey.
reasons you have not yet figured out, it doesn't seem to want to go down there after you.
Does it like stand at the top of the stairs and go, why?
I just want to play with you.
Oh,
So I'm going to dispel invisibility because I don't want to bump into people with magic crap going on.
Oh, okay. Alright.
So we're visible.
okay. Say the words.
Various Windabranch. Various
Right, say,
Various Windabranch.
so say it once more.
Oh, various window branch.
Okay, that does not dispel it.
Unvarious
Unvarious
Winterbranch.
Winterbranch.
On various does.
Oh,
Jesus.
Santa's like me. I'm so happy.
on the various branches of winter.
Okay, so the first of the barriers goes away.
Oh, do we really have to do?
Diagonally.
Felonious.
What did you say? What did he say? Diagonally. Unvarious Winterbranch.
All right, Kyla, go ahead. Give it a shot.
Give it a go.
I'm not going to humor it. No.
Thought you might want to redeem yourself.
I'm not
Unvarious
fond-
Winterbranch.
On various window branch.
All right. Okay. So after reciting it 4 times, all 4 barriers are gone, and clank, 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 clank. Up comes the portcullis.
Which way is the turnstile?
Can't we?
We kind of skipped when we were playing which way it ended up turning left.
Oh no.
Well, no, I can figure this out. Okay, watch. Hold
You
on.
went over the top.
I got it. Hold on. Lizzie.
Knew what it was.
Clockwise, counterclockwise. Clockwise, counterclockwise. Wait.
There
Clockwise,
were 5 of
counterclockwise.
us.
But there were 5 of us.
Clockwise. So we need to go counterclockwise to start.
Okay, I will just wait here and let you go ahead and do that.
I'm very confident because I
I'll
wrote
just
it
stay
down.
clearly away from all of the Bernie cut stuff.
So I'm going to go counterclockwise, being very
All
confident in that.
Before you do that, I just, out of morbid curiosity, give me just a second.
That is, I wrote it down.
No, there's something. There's something I want to see if it actually works, because there's a new toy.
Ooh.
Oh, no toys, please.
No, just out of curiosity, something you've never seen before.
Oh, it's cute.
That's cool.
Animation.
Thelonious
And I'm dead now.
I like that.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of it's a new Roll20 feature. There's now animated GIFs. So for the future streams, there should be lots of animated joy, which I was really excited about. So I immediately rushed out and purchased the first of the booby traps.
So
So I can kill you all the better and make it look
Yes,
nicer as I do it.
counterclockwise.
So I go through clockwise.
Okay.
Counter.
Block.
Alrighty. Okay. The golem that was there protecting the next thing is destroyed. Because you broke it. So
Much to his chagrin, yeah. So we say on various window branch, right?
and that will just raise the portcullis and get you into his chamber. Okay.
So we're gonna wait here, hoping that he actually shows up.
All right.
Oh, did we reactivate the defense thing?
Remember
Reactivate the defense grid.
the last time we left, Tolgar reactivated it, but he was already going up the stairs
Yeah, but you just deactivated it all.
because Tolgar was wanting to play around with the flags or something.
Hold
Yeah,
on, I'm gonna go.
It was deactivated when we left last time, so it should technically still be, right?
Which means it looks like it probably activates itself after a period of time.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Oh, it can't be reactivated. Okay.
So yeah, we're gonna wait and hope that he comes downstairs.
Alrighty. Well, about an hour later, you do hear somebody. You hear the sound as the turnstile gets turned,
I am
And,
poised to shoot.
and you see a familiar wizard approach and raises his hand and says, "On various Winterbranch," as it raises, and then he says, "I really must change all of this now there are others that know the words."
You should.
Oh, what was that? Is there somebody here?
Oh, didn't we become uninvisible?
No.
Tolgar just
we
said
did,
you
yeah.
should, as he said that.
Yeah, we're visible.
Oh, you did become visible. Okay.
Yeah.
In that case, then he'll see you as soon as he comes through the portcullis. So instead of saying that, it's more like a, "Oh, look, there's people here. Oh, surprise. Surprise and alarm."
Welcome home. Yes, surprise.
Yes, I really must. Remember to change the commands to bypass all of my cunning traps. And later today, it would seem. So, was there a reason? I thought you discussed or you were going to wait for me in the tavern.
Surprise!
Oh, this is the
Happy
party!
You forgot already, didn't you?
Oh, yes. Well, actually, you did surprise me, because you tricked me. You said it would happen after the teleporting. Oh, you clever boy.
Yes, indeed I am.
Did you deal with the ghost upstairs?
Oh, I didn't, but the priestess did. It was quite a spectacle, actually. Sister Sarah was the one that finally raised her holy symbol to Biori and dispatched the thing, sent it to its final rest, as it were. Mother Harrow was very proud, and I was most relieved, because at one point I really thought it was going to get us. Shame, though. She was just a young serving girl, about 14 years old. Her mother and her worked for me. It's a shame that she died and was haunting upstairs, but still, she's addressed now. Anyway, I must fetch my book and study, if I'm to do what you want.
Yes, remember the tablet, the mark on his arm, and then the teleportation.
Oh, yes, that's right. All right. Okay, well, you see him kind of go over to the bookshelf, where he starts pulling several of the books out. This one, and... And then as he clicks one underneath, you notice one of the shelves drops, and there's like a false drawer underneath it as he reaches in and plucks out a large leather-bound spellbook. You see, you have to hide such things from the risks of being found. Give me a little while to sit and study.
Thelonious, take notes about protecting your books.
How he studies, his posture.
His technique.
We're sitting comfortably? Then we'll begin. Once upon a...
Show us the pictures, please.
This is the wizard we want you to be, Thelonious.
Okay. He sits and studies for what seems like way too long. And then finally he says, Right. The knowledge is firmly re-established in my brain. What do you want to do first? Do you want to teleport there and deal with things later, or do you want me to deal with things now and then teleport?
Deal with things.
Well, you wanted me to look at a tablet and...
Do it now.
The tablet now would make sense.
Bring me the tablet then. Place it here on this small table.
Next to the fancy little chest there, yeah?
That was not stolen.
Yes.
There you are. I'll place it.
What would one keep in that? Never seen something...
it's a small chest. You could keep all kinds of things in there, couldn't you?
Oh.
Anyway.
Wizards.
Right. Right, he kind of flexes his... You see him kind of pull his sleeves up to his elbows so that his lower arms are exposed as he begins to wave and twist them in arcane somatics. And after a few arcane words, you see him kind of like wave his hands, and there's some sparks kind of come off the top of the tablet. And you notice a small snake like go...
Not again.
And drop down dead on the page. He said, I'm very glad you warned me about that one. Now, are there any other things that might be exploding ruins? Anything else that you may think might be pertinent to try to dispel first?
Perhaps another snake.
Honestly, we never got further.
Very clever.
Yeah, that's as far as we got.
Oh yes, this is a
Never
snake
expect
sigil
two
spell.
snakes.
Very common for wizards to use. We'll be very careful here and make sure there are no exploding ruins. Stand back, everybody, stand back.
You'd be ashamed to burn down the place twice.
I stay right where I'm seated.
Casts yet another spell and goes, No, it would appear that there are no further enchantments upon this tablet. In that case, let me attempt to decipher it. And he casts a third spell. and then begins to stare. It's like his eyes glaze over as he raises his hands above the template, and he's like,
So dramatic.
Take note, Thelodius.
Yes, of course. I'll definitely add that to my repertoire. Yes, that will take place on the Thelonious Con before I cast anything else. Upgrade.
Okay, and after a couple of minutes, he snaps out of it and he goes, "Where did you say you found this?"
The tablet?
Yes. Where did you say you found it?
We found it in a cave, I think, like a mine area.
Whereabouts was the mine, the cave that you found it?
Bamforth.
Bamforth. In a mine.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they do there.
Well, no, yes, I'm fully aware. Oh, I suppose in a way that would make sense.
What would make sense?
You're very lucky, and I'm probably surprised that this Avarius fellow. Oh, sorry, not Avarius. What would you say his name was? That's my name. What was his name?
Porthan DeWint.
Porthan. And you say that you were following this Porthan DeWint. And did he go to Bamforth?
Yes, he did, and we followed. He sabotaged the mine, and then apparently dug into a part of the mine that was not used, and in it he set up a bone devil. Was it?
Oh, I see.
And then something else that I did not see because I was dying.
You're very lucky he didn't get his hands on this. This is a part of a very ancient tablet. A very, very ancient tablet that bodes incredibly dark magic. You see, I happen to know a little about the story of this thing. Wait, one second. And he gets up and goes over to his books, and you see him like, oh, no. There it is! And he pulls out a large volume and eagerly comes rushing back, throws it down on the table, and starts flipping through the pages. Fine. Here it is! Here's the thing about your tablet, right here, look!
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to creepily lean forward and look at it.
Oh, what just happened there? Go away. Okay. He says, now you see, centuries ago, there was a weird and twisted cult that were in league with one of the deeper and darker demons or devils of the underworld of the 9 planes of hell. And they were gifted a tablet. This tablet apparently allowed the owner of the tablet to have true power over some of the lesser demons and devils of the 9 hells. It contained their real names. As anybody that understands demonology would know, if you have the real name of a devil or a demon, you can have power and control of them. But the tablet was cunningly busted into 3 segments. You'll notice how the break line is here to where no one name is complete. It would require, in fact, all 3 sections of the tablet to be able to reform all of the names and thus gain control. It's very, very, very unpleasant that you should have this. I would strongly recommend you find a way to destroy it as quickly as possible. Or, give it to me and I'll take care of it.
To be honest, that sounds like possibly a better idea than hand-delivering it to the man.
Yes, if that's who we were going to see, we don't want it in our possession.
Well, it seems rather strange that Porthan DeWint would invade the mine, clearly from what it sounds like looking for something, and then he failed to find it. And obviously, did you say he summoned a bone devil?
Well, there was a devilish creature there.
Was it made of bone? You called it bone something.
It was bony.
So
It was.
summoned old Boney, and
Old Boney!
and
well, the others talked to me about what there was also a metallic construction, but I did not personally see this.
a metallic construction.
I had swords for fingers.
Let me see. Hold on.
I destroyed it.
Until it bled.
You made it bleed.
She made it bleed to death. Very good.
Guardians of the tablets manufactured steel golems. Ah, yes, no, here it is. Here it is, right here. It says here that the guardians of the tablet, those that broke it into 3, left manufactured guardians to ensure that it would never fall into anybody's hands should it be found. I would suspect that the steel thing that you're talking about was probably one of these manufactured guardians, designed to stop you getting your hands on the tablet.
But if this Porthen de Wint is a powerful wizard, why didn't he deal with it himself?
Well,
that's what we thought.
Here's the thing. Why did he not find it? Why did he not acquire it? It would seem feasible that he was clearly... If he went to the mines, I can only assume he was looking for this particular thing. But obviously, for some reason, he did not find it. Instead, he left behind devils. Perhaps when you meet him, you can ask him why.
They said they were bound to protect that space.
Perhaps he had an intention to come back and collect it later. Maybe he did know it was there. But, for some reason, couldn't get it at the time. Once again, I'm just using academic speculation here, but...
So the person who gifted Tolgar with that mark, the Oracle, as we said, was also attempted to be controlled by this Porthen de Wint. At a cave outside of Mindenbrook.
It was to the west.
East.
East.
It
was to the east.
It was to the east of Mindenbrook, and it was a...
Of Weaston Rye.
There were strange creatures in there, but we dispatched them.
So, if this oracle is the one that placed the mark upon your friend's hand, and also told you that you would have to be dead to enter... it seems rather sinister that such an oracle would place a abyssal mark upon one of you. I don't know that I would trust this oracle of yours. Sounds to me something quite twisted and sinister.
Yes.
That's why we do trust him.
No.
No?
No.
Okay. That's why we don't trust him.
Well, that's why Tolgar betrayed me and killed me.
Out of morbid curiosity, you say you met this oracle in a dark cave. What were you doing in a dark cave looking for oracles? Did someone send you in there? Is this where the oracle lived?
For oracles.
No, Ricky Gervais.
The creature, the thing, the oracle we speak of.
Sorry.
The oracle we speak of was in fact a red devil.
Wait, what? So you're saying that a devil told you that you would have to be dead to get in here, and the devil... Now you see, when someone uses the word oracle, I mentally have an entirely different image than a devil or a demon.
We were trying to spare you that truth because we need your help.
So what you're trying to tell me is that your friend here, Tolgar, was marked by a devil.
Marked by a devil, correct.
Oh, well, there's nothing wrong with that. How could there possibly be a problem?
I thought there is none.
No. If it's all the same to you, I don't think I'll investigate that mark any further.
Are you sure?
Oh, absolutely. I have no
like
interest in it at all of a sudden.
I absolutely would love you to, and tell me what my power is. I want to know what my power is.
I have no interest in dabbling with anything that is infernal or abyssal.
But if we leave you this tablet, you are being...
For purely the reasons of keeping it out of harm's way and destroying it. I've got a damn good mind to take it in through the portal and dump it somewhere in the Feywilds.
No.
That would honestly be fine with me, but that would also... The reward of which could be you finding out what this mark does. Because at least then we'll know how to use it against...
How would that be a reward for me?
Because it was given to Tolgar to destroy other devils.
The mark was? How do you know? Did the
Because
devil tell you that, did he? Let's follow some
Yeah.
logic here.
Hold
A
on.
devil
What's the
gives
problem?
Tolgar the power to destroy devils. Doesn't sound particularly likely, does it?
Why didn't I can do it just on my own accord? I just wanted to have something cool to go along with it because I am very strong.
Maybe devils being what they are,
capable.
the power actually goes exactly the opposite and makes Tolgar completely impervious to affecting devils.
Well, we have proof that is not entirely true.
Has
You
Tolgar
see,
but
or
murdered or
that
destroyed
wins.
devils since?
Poor then de Wint tried to ensnare this devil, so there is a grudge, a mutual grudge, between devil and us. Against
You're
Portland.
assuming this particular devil has any kind of honor or,
Well, he let us all go after I died.
Yeah.
It was kind of a desperate moment.
And he gifted Kylo with a boon that has proven effective.
Well, a boon, more like a.
All
it's a
I'm going to
bone.
tell you is that, my experience with devils is they never tell you the whole truth, but rarely flat out lie to you. All I'm going to say is you should take everything said with a very, very large handful of salt.
Right. But it would be good for us to know if what's on Tolgar's arm could betray us. So your research would also help us on that front as well.
Yes,
I
but
think, to be fair, we can pretty well guarantee that it will betray us.
the biggest problem is, you see, that if I start trying to mess with it, it very well might have some kind of aversion to being messed with. And I have no problem removing simple spells like a snake sigil or possibly nullifying explosive runes from a tablet. I'm not entirely sure I have the arcane skills to defend myself against demonic or abyssal or such sinister things. I really don't like those sort of things. I don't dabble with them.
Fair
One of the
enough.
reasons I would much rather destroy this tablet. 1/3 of a tablet can do no harm to anybody. A reconstructed tablet, on the other hand, could be very bad. Especially if your friend happens to have the other 2 parts.
Well, it's not yours. Give it back.
Well, no, wait.
It's fine.
No,
It is
Please
not
destroy
mine.
it.
It is not mine
Please
at all.
destroy it.
Yeah, Togar, we don't want it.
We want it destroyed if that's what it is, because if he has knowledge of these things, he might be aimed to use it. My only concern is... Not to play Porthan's advocate here. I
You
was
could
trying to
say
think of
devil's
something worse
advocate.
than a
That
devil.
word's
No,
been thrown around an awful lot here today.
No, personally, we do advocate the devil. I mean, the trouble is, what if there's more to it? What if he's trying to gain control over these devils and he's headed over to Warden's Hollow, not necessarily for exile, but to carry out some sort of act, as it were.
All the more reason we don't bring the tablet with us.
Hmm.
Right?
Right.
Right.
I kind of wanted to ask earlier if I could get a sense motive on the wizard, but I didn't. So, I just want to know if he's actually freaked out about this, or if he's like trying to get
He
the tablet
definitely.
for other reasons.
I mean, he seems noticeably freaked out for sure.
Yeah. Okay.
Just don't worry about it and forget we ever brought it up.
I guess the last thing to do is the teleports.
Yes.
Yes.
That's. Well, if everybody'd like to step into my circle. The truth is, it doesn't really make a difference, but I feel better using such a. Routines.
You had this
What?
giant dark steel ring put into the ground and filled with whatever that is. That
Wormy
No,
sand.
that's clay.
clay? So that you could feel better?
For this particular spell, I don't need the circle, no. For other things that I might do, I do.
Like the thing you made outside that we unfortunately destroyed.
Yes, sure. Okay, everybody gather round.
It's...
A little evasive, are we?
Well, I don't want to give away all my secrets. Right, now,
The
as a
circle that was
matter of
completely
wizard
fake.
courtesy, I will inform you that these spells are mostly reliable. My intentions will be to teleport all of us. Bear in mind I'm going with you, so obviously I don't want any harm to fall myself. To teleport you as close to Morden's Hollow as I can, reasonably safely. Sometimes it doesn't always go as planned.
What do you mean?
Sometimes it could be a little off. Sometimes, you're a good distance away from where you intend to be. Sometimes you appear inside of a cliff. There are a lot of things that can go wrong.
Put my hand on his neck. Make us go to the right spot.
Avarius. You see, I am Avarius the Winterbrach. I don't want to die here. I have no intention of doing so deliberately. But Thelonious, help me out here. You can also understand that such spells do have a margin of error, right?
Well, yes, I understand that. The problem is him with his hand around your neck does not understand that.
Well, here's the way I see it. I'll do the spell. If we all do teleport inside a cliff, his hand around my neck won't matter much, will it? On the other hand, if we arrive safe and sound, hopefully he'll be quite happy to release his rather firm grip.
Well, I'm sure Unverius here is going to try his very best, very hard, right,
I'm
Unverius?
gonna slowly stop gripping his neck. I'm like, right.
Yes,
Just do it now.
well, all it requires is a few words. Are we all ready?
You don't have
Can
the
we-
tablet with you, right?
Yeah, can we throw the tablet through the portal first, maybe?
I don't know that I would want to just throw it through the portal for that fey creature to get her hands on.
But leave it here, not take it
What
with
if
us.
what if she's very petty? We could write a mean little message on it. She might destroy it because it says something mean.
Just leave it on the table, please. So we travel without it.
Okay. Right, well, go put it on the table then.
I take it and put it on the table.
All right.
No return.
Sure, we don't want to put it where the spellbook is normally kept.
Now, just out of... And I don't mean to confuse you at all. You sure you don't need it? Because if you leave it here, you're going to be hundreds and hundreds of miles away from it. So, should you need it for anything, you won't be able to get it back. Just
player in me has a lot
throwing
to say
it out
about
there.
this.
Just throwing it out there. Not saying you should take it. Not trying to convince you to take it. Just
I'm
saying.
reminded of how Reroll Season 1. Are you sure that's what you want to do? Kind of question?
No, not at all.
That's absolutely horrible.
Just saying, if you leave it here, here it will stay. I can keep it under lock and key, but
God.
should you require it to somehow
Maybe we should take it.
deal with the various
That's you.
not the various, deal with your fellow Porthan DeWint. If you need to deal with Porthan DeWint, and you need this tablet to make that happen, I'm just saying, I don't know what you should do. I don't wish to be involved particularly. I'm just trying to make sure you're fully aware of the consequences of your potential actions.
Our concern is that he has 2 of the 3 tablets. So would you want us to bring it with us?
Well, you certainly wouldn't probably want him to get his hands on all 3 parts. That's true.
Would that tablet have any power that we could exhume to help us without requiring the other 2? Or are they just tablets useless otherwise?
I mean, it might be interesting if we can get the other 2 from him before he gets the one from us.
Let's become demon masters, everybody.
I'm just... each tablet... I mean, the tablet in its entirety, of course, has a great power. But clearly the tablet's fragments do indeed contain some form of arcane power, as it tries very hard not to let people to decipher it or read it. So, if he has 2 of them, I'm not saying it's not entirely possible that he might have discerned some demonic names? If he had enough of the word from one and the other, he might have been able to figure out the rest? Don't know.
And what happens if multiple people know the same demon's name and they give conflicting orders?
Well, typically, when a demon is summoned... not that I know a whole lot about demonology, but when you first summon a demon, you enter into kind of a pact of servitude. So the first person to acquire this pact of servitude would probably have initial control. One thing to be aware of with all demons, however, is they will all do anything they can to find a way to subvert this pact.
And if we were to encounter some of these devils and they were given the rest of the tablet, perhaps they would be able to maybe subvert some of that, but then of course they would just have their way with us, wouldn't they?
Wait.
We can't trust them.
I'm just trying to think of every possible situation, and I don't quite like any of them.
Thelonious, you have in your possession the book that the kid stole from the woman who worked under...
The uncle of the dog's cat's mother.
And it was a demonic summoning book, remember?
Yes, I do.
God. That was the best.
Do we have parts of the names?
Can you... Yeah, let's show him, at least.
Alright, so I'll pull it out. Here you are.
Okay. And he starts to... Did you ever... You didn't really do much with the book yourself, did you?
No, because
No.
it's... Yeah, it's a
He
spell
starts
book.
flipping through the book and demon, devil, Satan, blah, 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 Beelzebub. Oh, no, it says right here. Look. Describe... This... Wait a second. Look. And he flips his book over and flips your book over. It's the same book. He says, do you know there are only 5 of these in existence? What are the odds that 2 of them should be here in my study?
We could start a museum.
Oh, no, you should keep this. Keep
Sell
this.
them on
It's very,
eBay.
very valuable. Selling it to the wrong person might be worth several thousand gold.
To the wrong person. Why'd you
Are we
phrase
the
it that
wrong
way? I'm
people?
confused.
Well, because generally people that would want this book, generally speaking, would want it for sinister reasons. Therefore, they probably shouldn't have it.
Which is why you have
horrible.
one.
I have one to keep it out of the nasty, grubby little mitts of necromancers and demonologists. And because I have a fetish for very, very rare and exotic tomes. But that's beside the point.
Okay. Are we taking the tablet or not?
Yes.
We are. Okay.
Damn it.
I'm not
I
going to
don't
argue
want
with
to.
Tolgar.
I don't want to, but I can't argue with Tolgar.
No. There's. Go ahead, try. Go ahead, try.
We're
taking
taking
the
the book.
Put it in your bag of holding. At least there it's somewhat invisible.
Anyway, I was already going to take it the whole time.
So why didn't you speak up?
Would any of you actually listen to me?
I would.
Yes, you seem to be the most qualified.
All right, take the tablet, then let's go.
I mean, I hate you.
Now you're sure you want to take the tablet? I mean, you are taking it closer to harm's way.
Yes, I'm taking it. It is mine. I've been carrying it around this whole time, and I like it. And now that there's no
Does it talk to you?
Now that there's no snake on it, I like it even more, to be honest with you.
Okay.
You won't bite me. I like that. I like my tablets that don't bite, so I'm taking it. And that's final.
Call me old-fashioned, but I like when my tablets don't bite.
Right.
So we're
So
taking
we're ready then.
It is
Yeah.
already taken. That's it.
Jesus Christ, old man.
I am putting my little withered booted foot down. Very gingerly, though, as not to break anything. But down nonetheless.
I just have the best image of the most
Feeble outcry, right?
know.
I put the little dude down, a 75-year-old man of feeble weakness. Okay.
Okay.
Are you sure you want to bring it?
Shut up, Kylo.
It's a red color! Boom! And he claps his
I
hands
quite
and
like standing on the clay.
you all
Yay.
vanish. For a moment, all you see is a dazzling flash of light. However, when the dazzling flash of light clears, you are aware that you are in what appears to be a forest.
Oh,
Ignore the first forest that it drops you on because, you know, wait, roll 20.
oh, that one. The blood.
Just
Okay. Initially, it takes a few seconds for your eyes to readjust and your equilibrium to kind of come back. But eventually, you are in the same position you were in before, but now you are standing outside in the throes of nature.
wow, we made it.
Well, we're somewhere. Give me a moment.
Yes. Is this where you were trying to?
Heimdall.
Where's the tower?
I feel sure that not Minderbrook.
Oh, no,
I feel sure
no.
that Morden's Hollow is very, very close to here. So I'll bid you good day, and I'll be off now.
I don't.
Hey.
Just have a look around. I'm sure you'll find it.
Excuse me, I'm gonna try to grab him.
Grab onto him.
Yeah, both of us.
Okay,
I can't grab my character, but that's what I do.
you can't grab it. Why?
I don't know.
Because it hates you. Because you're listening.
Hold on, bring the key
generic.
today out.
There you go. Now you can.
Okay.
Oh, I just realized why you can't. That happens numerous times.
That is a
Let me
story
fix
or
that
something?
real bloody quick while I remember. Let me go to my token bank and fix it. The next time I grab the token from there, it will work fine. Okay.
Welcome to Sidoria.
Okay. He's like, no, I'm sure it's around here, very, very close by. I can sense it.
Thelonious, do you want to fly up and take a good look?
No, not really.
Why is that?
No, I don't feel like flying today. Stop ordering me down.
Then let me.
No, I don't want to do that. No. You, Unvarious, where are we?
Close by to Morden's Hollow, for sure.
Yes, why do you keep saying it like that?
Because I don't know exactly where it is. Directions are not necessarily my best point. All
So
I
you
do
don't know
know
if it's
is
north,
we're
south,
within a few miles
East
of
or
it.
west?
Do any
Look.
of these trees look taller than the other trees?
I was just gonna say, why don't you just climb up a tree?
Why don't I just climb up a tree?
I mean, you could do that. No, look, there. And he points kind of in this direction.
Okay.
There's a little path. Look, you see it?
Yeah,
Oh my god.
where
yeah.
does it go?
Well, let me see if that's if we're to this side of the path. Go to the path or the road and head north. So head to the path and go left from here, and that will certainly take you to Minderbrook. So I don't know why I keep wanting to get you to go there.
I swear to God, if we get there and it is
No,
Midgard,
absolutely, it's not going to be Minderbrook. I'm sure of it. If you get there, if you go to the path and turn left and follow it through the woods, you will eventually arrive at Morden's Hollow. Not Minderbrook at all. No, definitely not Minderbrook.
Can I tell that he's like being honest, or do I?
Yeah,
sense
no,
that
like,
he's, like,
is
just,
this
like,
the sense
making it
motive
up?
Yeah, would you like a sense motive check now?
I think all of us, but he's being so bad. Bad wizard.
Yeah.
Bad.
I really like this wizard. I'm not gonna lie.
What is sense motive in
Yeah.
Insight.
Insight
Okay.
check. Yeah, it's an insight check.
Oh, so close to 20.
Still good though.
There we
Both of
go.
us Still good.
Damn, Satch.
That's me. I'm the damn Satch.
Alright, okay, if that's all that's worried about that. Every time he says Mindenbrook, you notice, Kyla notices he kind of smirks a little bit, like tries to stifle a grin or a laugh, almost like he's having some kind of mischievous fun with you.
Let's just go, everybody.
I'm gonna get real close and up next to her and just be like, "You're having fun. I'll have you know we are finding Porthan and we are going to kill him. And if you didn't actually help us here, you're the next wizard on the line. Have a good day."
No, not at all. Yes. Look, travel to the road, turn left, follow the road through the woods, and eventually you will arrive at Morden's Hollow. You have my word. And besides, I kind of like my neck not broken at all, and this large barbarian fellow is pinching rather hard.
He's good.
Magic is magic, but when your head pops off, it doesn't really do much, and I certainly don't have the ability to regrow a new one.
Thank you for your help.
Well,
I'm just gonna
thank you
start
for
walking.
rescuing me. I do apologize when you found me in my weary state. I was a little more grouchy and grumpy than I am now. But as you can see, clearly I have a very different outlook on life today than I did yesterday.
Hey, and if it does actually turn out to be Morden's Hollow up the road, you can expect some of gold in your pocket in the future. You won't know how it got there.
Oh, okay, well,
If it's Mindenbrook, I'll come kill you.
it's not
Yeah, no, that's the thing.
Mindenbrook. I just...
Mindenbrook, he
It's
will
not
kill you.
Mindenbrook. I was just saying that to cause you to... Us wizards, we do like to cast a special... I had no doubt that we would arrive here safe and sound. I just wanted to
Just a tip.
add to the air of mystery.
The new passcode for your little miniaturized little dungeon of yours.
You won't know. I'm not
just
telling
suggesting-
you what it is.
I'm just suggesting not to use your name backwards because that's what we're going to guess next.
Oh, yeah, I'm not going to do that. I went with my name first because very few people actually knew it. Most of the townspeople just knew me as Oni. I never actually told them what my full name was.
Oni.
Oni and Otto.
But, yes. But no, I shall actually come up with a very difficult and hard to pronounce phonetical word that we will use in the future, seeing as previously no one really had any interest of entering my house and wandering down into my basement, but seeing as you've done it numerous times, I will say one thing. I have absolutely no intentions of destroying that portal, just so you know.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Alrighty,
Till next
well then, I'll see you around. Good luck fighting your adversary.
Remember what I said.
And
I
good
really
luck
don't
walking the
remember
plains.
everything you said. I remember half of everything, really. But
So as we leave, I'm going to say, might I suggest you do your password as Zald Batasir Eshalsesh. It's good
But
day.
you say
it
that
would have
like
been
that's
if
terribly-
it wasn't for the fact that you already knew it. And if I did that, that would really be stupid of me, wouldn't it? Well, good luck. Visumed, Kala! And poof, he disappears in a loud flash of light. Leaving you all standing, hearing the faint echoes of a... as he vanished.
I hope he walks straight into hell. I'm just gonna go ahead and walk to the path.
Wouldn't it be funny if now he teleported into a cliff? All right. And you guys are going to head, proverbially, to the road?
Yes.
Yeah, follows directions.
All right.
And then
Well,
go north.
in that case, that's a great place for us to wrap things up for this evening. Hi there, I'm Gorbad. Welcome to the Orc's Nest. I'm the Dungeon Master here on How Reroll, and if you'd like to follow me personally, you can do so on Twitter @Gorbad. Check out thedmblog.com for all things Dungeon Master and Dungeons & Dragons related. And of course, you can follow me on twitch.tv/Gorbad. Also, guys, don't forget to keep up with all things How We Roll. Follow us on Twitter at How We Roll. Check out the website www.howweroll.com, and make sure you follow us on YouTube as well. Cheers, guys.
Hi, I'm the Satchmo. I speak for the trees. Thank you for watching How We Roll. If you want to see some more of me, you can follow me on Twitch and Twitter at Satchmo. If not, I guess I'll just see you next episode. I love you. Take care.
What's up, you guys? It's the Snuggler here, and I am back for my second How We Roll campaign. I've been given some guidelines. One is to not name the character that I'm playing. Of course, probably going to kill my character at some point. And two is to keep this as short as possible. Jane is just so lazy. So with that being said, so happy to be on my second campaign for How We Roll. And if you want to follow me on Twitter, you can do so at MaddieSweetTweet. That's pretty much all I use. So check you there. If not, I'm always here playing for you guys.
Shagget here. I play a character on How We Roll. I'm not going to tell you who I play because if they die, I'm going to have to redo it. Already done it once, never again. Follow me on Twitter at aneb_convos, and I'll see you guys on How We Roll.
Hi, Jane here. You may have seen me in such films as Rise of the Fallen or Lyra vs. Legend. Thanks for watching! You can follow me on Twitter at Jane on Twitch.
That's with a 0, not no.
Anyway, I gotta go. The cats. Peace, suckers!